Hello guys, welcome to my channel. On this channel, I share pattern drafting tutorial, sewing tutorial, fashion tips and everything fashion. In this video, we're going to be learning how to make this beautiful Bubu dress. It has the up and down puff sleeve gathered at the top and the bottom. It has center front zipper and a slit and a slanted side pockets. If this is something you would like to learn, then keep watching and do not forget to hit the notification bell and subscribe to my channel for more amazing content. Let's dive right into the tutorial. Now to make this dress, I have my tackless bodies pattern. These are the tools I'll be using: my measuring tape, my paper scissors and cotton scissors, my pattern master. And this is my dartless bodies. I'll place a link in the description box on how to draft the dartless bodies pattern. Now this pattern is for the front and the back. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the back. I'm gonna show you how I'll go about this. Now this pattern is from the shoulder to the knee line. Okay, and this is my basic sleeve, a long basic sleeve. I'll be using this sleeve to cut the up and down of sleeve gathered at the top and the bottom of the sleeve. Now these are the fabrics I'll be using. This is the Mikado silk I'll be using for the pockets. Now this zip is 30 inches long and this is what I'll be putting at the center front area. And this is my lace. It's a cord lace. I have 5 yards, okay? I have 5 yards of this lace. So I'm going to start by folding my fabric into 4. I'll be cutting the front and the back together. Now if you observe closely, you'll see that I have the excess towards the side of my pattern, and that's because the border of the lace is at the side. That's the side of the pattern, and I'm going to be using the border. So I just folded my fabric into 4 and I'm adding allowances. I'm adding 2 inches on the bust area, the waist area, all the way to the hip area. Just 2 inches allowance, and I'm going to be connecting each of these points. Now, in the 2 inches, I'll be using 1 inch for seam allowance and the other 1 inch as ease for this Bubu dress. Okay, so this is the hip line area. I'm just going to transfer the measurement at the hip line all the way to the full length of the dress. That's the hem line. So whatever you have at the hip line, just mark it at the hem line and then connect these points together to form the side length. So I have all the lines marked out. Around the armhole area, I'll add half inch. Okay, just connect to that point, and on the shoulder area, the shoulder seam area half inch, the neckline area half inch. Now this is the back neck. I'll be cutting the back neck first before I'll cut the front neck. Okay, so everything I'm doing right now is actually for the back, and then after cutting the front and the back, I'll be working on the front neckline. And this is what it looks like after cutting. Now remember, this is the front and the back that we just cut out. So I'll take out my pins from the patterns, and then I have my front and the back without the pattern paper. So I'm going to be working on the front, so I'll just remove the back. I'll remove one of the piece, which is going to be the back, and then work on the front only. Now the first thing I will do is to adjust the armhole. I'll make the armhole a bit deeper at the front. I just went in by half inch. I'm taking out half inch from the armhole area. So this is now the front armhole. And then for the neckline, um, there is a placket at the front. So I'm just marking 2 inches from the center front, from the top all the way to the bottom part of the dress. And then I'll just connect with a straight line. I'm going to be cutting out this part and then I'll replace with the border of the lace. That's the scalloped part of the lace. Okay, so I have my lines connected and then I'll just cut out this part. This part will be discarded. Okay, so the front is now in two. That's I have two parts, two pieces for the front. This is what it looks like. So guys, I'm going to take the measurement for the front area. I'll just measure the neckline for the back first because the border piece that I'm going to be cutting will run from the hem line of the front all the way to the neckline, the back neckline, and then to the floor. Okay, so I'm just measuring. I'm going to measure these all the way to this new hem line as the hem line of the front. Now whatever I get, I'll multiply by 2 because I'm just measuring one part. So I'm going to multiply by 2. Okay, so I'm just doing a bit of mathematics here. Whatever you get from this measurement, because you are measuring just one part, multiply by 2. And that is what you'll be using to cut on the border part of the lace. So guys, I'm just arranging my front piece on the back and then I'll pin it. Okay, so because it's a puff sleeve, it gathers at the top and at the bottom. I'm taking out 1 inch from the shoulder seam. Okay, just do exactly what I have just done, so that when you fix the puff sleeve, the puff is um on the shoulder. That's the tip of the shoulder, and it puffs out very well. Okay, so let's work on the sleeve part. What I will do, this is the full length of my sleeve, so I'm going to cut out like 6 inches from the hem line, which is going to be the straight part of the sleeve. I'll just cut this part out and set it aside. I'm going to be using it to cut the straight part of the sleeve. And then this other portion will be used for the puff sleeve. So what I'm going to do is to um, create slash lines. Now you can do this by drawing lines directly on the pattern or just fold the pattern into several parts. Okay, so I have it like this. I'll just number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to be slashing. I'll just cut through as in separate each of the pieces because I'm going to be adding gathers at the top and at the bottom of the sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to cut through. Now this is my organza fabric. um I want the lace to blouse, as in to pop out very well, and that's why I'm using this organza as the base. The organza will give the lace a very good structure. So I have all my patterns on the organza fabric spread out neatly. Okay, so after that I'm just going to add allowance. The hem line is a bit curved, and then I'll increase the cap height. I'm going to increase the cap height at the center front area. I went up by 3 inches, and at the hem line I also went down by 3 inches so that I can have this puffy effect. Okay, so this is my sleeve. This is the organza part. I'm going to be using the organza part to cut on the lace fabric. Okay guys, so for the pocket part, this is the fabric I'm using. It's a Mikado silk fabric. I'm just marking out 10 by 12 inches for each of the pockets. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting it first as a rectangle, and then I will, when sewing, I'll create that slanted effect. Okay, so I have 4 of these, 2 for each of the pockets. So I have all my pieces cut out. Now this is the part for, this is the border for the center front. I cut out 4 inches width by the length of the measurement I got for the center front. And this is a piece for the band area of the sleeve. And this piece here is for the gathered flare. Okay, it's just something straight that I cut out 6 inches. So all my pattern pieces have been cut out, and the next thing will be for us to sew. So I'll be taking out my pattern right now, and then I'll show you what next to do. Now the first thing will be to join the front and the back of the shoulder seam. Now place them right sides facing each other, and then I'll be joining on 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm done joining, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I've joined the front and the back on the shoulder seam. So the next thing to do will be to attach the border part for the center front. So I'm just going to place it right sides facing each other, and then I'll be sewing on 1/2 inch seam allowance from the hem line of the front all the way to the neck, the back neckline, and then down back to the front hem line. Okay, so I'll be sewing on 1/2 inch seam allowance, and then after sewing, I'll be doing a top stitch. I'll be doing a top stitch, okay, to keep it flat inside. And this is what it looks like. I'm done with sewing the border. This is what it looks like. Now to get the neckline opening, I'm just going to measure round my neck all the way to the depth where I want the opening to stop. Okay, and that's what I have here. I have 13 inches. So I'll just mark that point, and then at that point I'll just step down a bit to create that design, that scalloped design at the front. I'll just step down a bit to the under bust area. Okay, so I'll just mark where my under bust is, and then that is the point where my zipper will start from. I'll fix my zipper from this point here, that's the under bust area, all the way to the slit opening where I want my slits to open from. Now, when she's going to wear this dress, she's going to wear it from the front opening here. That's this opening I'm trying to create with my zipper. She's going to open up the zipper and wear the dress because the bust area is fitted. So she's going to wear it from the front area, okay? So I'll be fixing my zipper. I'll be creating an overlapped zip. One part of the zip will be lapping on the other part to cover it. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing right now. So from the end line of the front, I'll just mark where I want my slits to stop. So I'm just pinning down the both sides, and then I'll mark. And then I went up by, so I just went up by 17 inches for my slit opening, and that's enough for this dress. Okay, and that is the point where my zipper will stop. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to fix the zipper. Well, just remember that it's an overlapping zip, so I'm going to fix it on one side first, and then I'm going to lap the other part on it. Now the zipper will be fixed in such a way that it opens up from the down part. Because the dress is fitted at the bust area, the zipper is going to be opening at the hem line, that's the front slit area. all the way to the underbust. And then that's how she's going to wear this dress. The opening will be at the front of the dress. Okay, so for the pockets, I'm just going to sew it, like I'm going to sew 3 parts for the pockets. Okay, so I'm done with one part of the zipper, so I'm just going to match the other part on it, creating the overlap. Now the zipper is starting from the underbust area, so when I'm done sewing, I'm just going to tack. I'm going to tack down the underbust area to keep everything in place. Okay, and then I'll cut off the excess part of the zipper. And then for this other part of the neckline that has the scalloped design, I'm going to use my hand needle to tack the 2 parts, that's the left and the right part, to create that scallop effect. Now to fix the pocket, I'll just measure from my shoulder to my waistline area, and then I'm going to be inserting this pocket piece that I have sewn and I've also given a very good press. I'm going to be inserting this part, the pocket part, into the sides, creating that slanted design. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing. So I'm just going to push it in until I have what I want. So I think this is fine at this point. And I'm going to be repeating the same thing for this other side. Okay, so ensure that the pocket is straight. So after arranging the pockets, I'm going to cut out. So I'm just marking the side. And then I'm going to be cutting out this excess. So I'm going to be sewing this part down, and I'll do the same thing for the second part. So I'm just using this piece to cut the second piece. And this is what the pocket looks like. So I'm going to be attaching this part to the side seam, after which I'll be tacking the other part to the front of the dress, because I don't want to have too many seam lines. Okay, so I'm just going to use my hand needle to tack it on the front part of the dress. Okay, so ensure that you arrange the pockets to the front part very correctly and it is straight at the front. Okay, so that's it. So I've gathered the sleeve, the organza and the lace and the other design detail that forms the flared, and I've also joined it to the hemline piece. And this is what I have right now. So I'm going to be joining the sleeve to the dress on the shoulder area. That's the shoulder notch. So I'll just match the notch on the sleeve to the notch to the shoulder seam. That's the shoulder notch. Okay. And then I'm going to be sewing from one side to the other. I'll do that for the other part of the other sleeve also. So I'm going to be attaching the 2 sleeves, and this is what it looks like after joining. I have my sleeves joined to the dress, and then I'm going to be joining everything on the side from the hem line of the sleeve here all the way to the hem line of this dress. And then for the hem line, to finish the hem line, I'm going to be attaching cutout border. That's the lace border all around the hem line from the front to the back, and that's basically all I'll be doing for this dress. And this is the final result of the dress. I have it worn on my mannequin, and there is an inner, the inner wear or camisole, which is the black color you are seeing. You can choose whatever color that matches your Bubu dress. Thank you guys for watching till the end. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share with others that you think will benefit from it. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more amazing content like this. Let me know your thoughts and questions in the comments section, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.